What's up, my people? It's Tech, it's Geek versus Nerd. We have a lot to talk about in this episode, from animes to series to feature films. So let's get right to it. Now, first off, I'm going to start with animes. See, the spring season of animes is starting, which means the ones that we started last year are done. So if you're like me and you're a binger and you need some recommendations on what to binge, it starts with Black Clover. Now, Black Clover, for those of you that don't know, it had that Naruto vibe starting off, but it sets itself apart as an entity on its own, and I think you guys are going to love it. So that's Black Clover. Attack on Titan, the final season, part 1 of the final season just finished. Time to binge. So I'm a Spider, so what? It deals with a couple of school kids and their teacher that got reincarnated in this sort of fantasy world, and it seems to be a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It's funny, it's got really nice action. I think you guys will also enjoy it. Dr. Stone was that season 2. It's done, so it's a ton of fun. It's got, there's something about Dr. Stone that a lot of stuff that you did not know about science stuff, or were not just interested because it seems too boring. Dr. Stone has a way of making it very, very interesting for you to actually want to watch and enjoy. So yeah, that is what's recommended. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. I call him Slime Cone. Slime Cone is very, very interesting to watch. Season 2 just upped the ante when it came to the character development and a lot of things about the story. So yeah, I think you're going to enjoy that too. There's RE0, starting life in another world. Now, that anime, I watched it last year, around January last year, and it just skyrocketed to my list of top 5 animes ever because it follows the story of Subaru. Subaru is the main protagonist. He died, or not died, he woke up and he found himself in another world, right? But the funny thing is this, dude dies, and when he died, he got brought back to a different point in time. So it's like he has this insane ability to die and redo things. It's crazy, it's a lot. It's got a lot of action, it's got a lot of emotions. I would say hold your tissue with you when you're watching that anime, because it's been written and animated in a way that makes you feel for the protagonist of the show. So I think you're going to enjoy that. If you want a recommendation of ongoing animes, just feel free to sound off in the comment section, and definitely we'll hook you up. Like My Hero Academia is going on right now, and that's something that, yeah, we are into. Now, moving on. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and I know I'll probably say it in a future episode, but this is one of the best times to be alive, because for someone like me who is a superhero geek, I have a lot of stuff to watch. We have a lot of stuff that has come out and is coming out. We've got The Boys on Amazon. We've got The Umbrella Academy on Netflix. Invincible is being animated right now on Amazon Prime, and it's really, really, really telling a story that is unlike any other. Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's even getting so much buzz online that it's being compared to Attack on Titan during its prime. And we also got Jupiter's Ascending coming out on Netflix next month. It's also, so imagine, the premise is pretty much, imagine Superman and Wonder Woman making babies, right? So superheroes making babies, but this story focuses on the next generation of superheroes. How are they going to tackle with the present circumstances and all that? It seems to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to watching it myself. I talked about RE0, right? So there's this thing that a couple of shows do, and they nail it well, and these are the shows I'm going to recommend, either whether it's an anime or a series or a feature film, where you get to redo things. So it's like you get to relive a day, and it's like you have a checkpoint. If you play video games, you'll know what a checkpoint is. Even the English word and so on, but it's a video game thing, really. I learned it from video games, where a checkpoint is like a save location. So if you die, you get to continue from that point in time, right? So RE0, I mentioned it earlier. We've got Boss Mode. Boss Mode is on Hulu. Boss Mode, it follows the story of our protagonist that wakes up the same morning. He dies in so many gruesome ways, and a story of trying to overcome how he dies. It's just amazing. It's action-filled. I love the story, and it's one that I'll recommend. See You Yesterday. It's on Netflix. There is this girl. She is a science whiz, and she has this friend who is also a science whiz, and she's trying to undo the death of her brother. It's crazy. The story it's touching. It's something that I think so many of us will be able to relate with. It's one that I'll also recommend. Now, there's one that just got released some days ago. It's Two Distant Strangers on Netflix. The synopsis pretty much is the story of this guy that is just trying to get home, but there is this cop that just keeps killing him over and over and over and over. It's insane. It's a short film. It's just like 32 minutes long, but it has so much in it. It's the message is clear. It's clear cut, and I like the way it ended. Also, it's open ended. But then you see, it talks a lot about the Black Lives Matter movement. So when you're watching it, you see a lot of things that it alludes to. See, here's what I believe about this entire thing. Everybody should be treated based on who they are, right? For example, I am one guy and he's another guy. Yeah, don't be shy, come in. So yeah, one entity, another entity. So look, we are meant to be treated based on the merits of who we are as human beings, not by what we look like. At least that's what I believe. You get? So yeah, that's all my guy. Deuces. Stuff I've seen recently, I've mentioned Two Distant Strangers, the short film on Netflix. There is Nobody, Bob Odenkirk. Now, I watched that movie and it had everything that you would want in an action movie. I got to laugh. The classic things that you see in an action movie with the guns and everything, it had it. It's a joyride. So I think it's one that you guys will enjoy. That Stop Embarrassing Me. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix sitcom starring Jamie Foxx. Now, see, personally, I really like Jamie Foxx. He's one of the people that if I see him in a movie, I just want to watch it. In any piece of cinema, movie, series, whatever it is, I want to watch it. And this time it's a sitcom, and it looks like it's fun. So it's something that I am recommending for you guys to watch. Let me know how it goes for any one of you that watches it. Sound off in the comment section. There are some movies that are coming out this weekend that I already mentioned in the previous episode. Links to that are up there. Mortal Kombat is one of them. Then we have Without Remorse that is coming out later this month on the 30th of April on Amazon Prime. It stars my boy, Michael B. Jordan. I'm looking forward to seeing him in that. It's a Tom Clancy movie. I mean, there's a part in the trailer where dudes just entered a car. So it sets a car on fire, right? Everywhere is burning. You're like, okay, maybe he wants to walk away, like the action hero style, and the car explodes. But no, what does dude do? He enters the car and then sits with the guy that is burning the car, and he asks him some question. I'm like, okay, I'll see you. That's like intense, like crazy. So I'm looking forward to that. Yasuke, it's the story of the Black Samurai. Funny enough, it's based on a true story. It's coming out on Netflix on the 29th of April. So yeah, I am looking forward to that too. Also, there is The Fisherman's Diary. Now, this movie is inspired by the story of Malala Yousafzai. Now, for those of you that don't know, I don't even know about her until I learned about this movie, and I was curious, and I went online and I read about this girl. She's the 17-year-old Pakistani girl that won the Nobel Peace Prize for female rights advocacy. Now, she was advocating for the rights for education for girls in Pakistan and all that. And the story is crazy. I mean, some of you might be wondering, okay, so why did she win a Nobel Peace Prize and all that? But at the age of 15, grown men in the Taliban actually came together to order a hit on this 15-year-old girl. I mean, you have to be a special kind of stupid and insane and just weak-willed for you guys to come together as men to take out a 15-year-old girl that all she's asking for is a right as a human being for herself and her fellow females. And you guys took out a hit on this girl. I mean, the bullets went through her head, came out through her jaw. She had to undergo a lot of surgeries. It was insane. But at the end of the day, she pulled through and she's fine now, and she's still advocating for these rights, which I believe are fundamental human rights to even begin with, irrespective of your sex. If tomorrow a dog can read and write and do all of those things, the dog should have the right to be educated. It's that simple. Talk less of a human being. There's only man and woman. I know there are transgenders and all of that, but there's only man and woman. So why would you say only one sex should have the right to education and not the other sex? I think it's wrong. You get? So yeah, The Fisherman's Diary, it's a Cameroonian movie, but it has subtitles in English. So yeah, that's one that I would also recommend for you guys to watch. And that's it for this week's episode. If you like what you've watched, feel free to share. #sharing is caring. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time. This is Tech for Geek vs. Nerd. Peace.